Welcome to Veterans Corner. I'm your host, Jay Stoyan. On the show today, we have U.S. Army Sergeant Dan Wesley White. He's going to tell us all about his career in the music industry, his service for the U.S. Army, and he's a band leader. So he's back at school now, prepping the band for the big Friday night football games. Stay tuned. You're watching Veterans Corner. I'm Jay Stoyan. We'll be right back.
This is the Disability Channel telling you to check out pop rock group Brandywine from Seattle, Washington. If you're a fan of pop, rock, R&B, and blues, then Brandywine has a little bit of everything you need to get the party started.
Welcome back to Veterans Corner. On the show today, we have U.S. Army Sergeant Dan Wesley White. Dan, thanks for being on the show today.
How's it going?
Good. Nice. A beautiful background. I see you're outside. We were supposed to have a few other veterans on the show today, so they might be coming up. We were supposed to have U.S. Marine Michael Wooten. We were supposed to have Navy veteran from the East Coast, Canadian Fraser Newcomb, and a couple other guys. So they might be coming on as the interview goes along. But right now, we're very excited to talk to band leader and veteran Dan White. So Dan, thanks for being on the show today. Tell us what's going on lately, because we haven't had you on for a few weeks. So what's going on?
Just doing the school thing, like you said, getting the marching band ready for contest and Friday Night Lights down here in Texas, which is what Friday nights is all about in Texas. Football and marching band.
Give us a little bit of insight on Friday night. So actually, for people right now that are watching, we're live right now on our Facebook page. So we would love the interaction. It looks like we have another veteran join us. Fraser's going to come back in. So if you want to bring him right in, producer, bring him right in right now, and we'll join him in the conversation if you can. Technology is a wonderful thing these days. Hey, Fraser, can you hear me? Maybe. Okay, so while he's there, I'm gonna talk to Dan here. So, there you are. You hear us? You can hear us. Okay, so Fraser, just hang tight, and I'm talking to Dan. He's telling us all about Friday night lights down in Texas. So Dan, give us a big picture of what goes on Friday nights down in Texas with the football crowd.
Basically, you get two opposing teams coming in, just like most formal, you see all the time. But a lot of the rivalries sometimes get a little heated. So we've actually done a football game one time where the nearest town to us, which is an hour away, where there's been a heated rivalry for years between the school I'm at and the school that's an hour away. And one time we took a trip, and as we were going into their town with the school buses, we had people throwing rocks at us and stuff like that. So they get kind of edgy in their rivalries between school districts. So. But generally, it's a pretty good thing.
How big are the crowds?
Well, where I'm at, because I'm on the border, it's not too bad. Maybe about 1,000, 2,000 a game. Sometimes it can be more if it's like a playoff game or a special event like homecoming or something, but not more than like a few thousand.
Wow, that's great. So tell us a little bit perspective of the kids. Like, are they like, do they have stars in their eyes? Are they just, it's a Friday night, no big deal? Does the town really get behind it? Like, how big is the buzz?
The kids if they're like upperclassmen, they're already used to what goes on. But when they're like freshmen and their first time ever being under the lights, you get kind of some of them freeze up, some of them nervous, some of them, they just got to kind of go with the flow. But then as more games get under their belt, then they get more used to it, what they got to do and everything. But like we always say, the football game's all about band, and we let the team open up for us and close for us. But the main show is in the middle.
Have you ever had the American Pie experience where the band would refuse to leave the field?
Have I ever had the what experience?
You know this Don McLean song where the band refuses to leave the field for the football players?
Oh, well, we've had it where our time hasn't been over and the football team sometimes come out early and started getting in our way before, but never where we're taking over and staying. Otherwise, we'll get penalized.
So let's take it. Let's take now. I know Fraser's there. Fraser, can you wave a hand? I don't think he's there. I think he's frozen or something. But if you can, I don't want to exclude him, but I think he's frozen again. So we're going to carry on. Maybe actually our producer can remove Fraser from the screen if possible. I wanted to ask Dan a little bit. I'm really fascinated about your music career as a band leader, along with being a veteran, obviously, because it is a veteran show. But so let's just say you have the games are Friday nights. So take us through a week of band practice. When do you guys start? What are your specific? Do you guys have a specific goal for each Friday night or a theme or something like that? Take us through the practice session of the band.
Well, we start in the ending of the year prior, picking a show. The band directors get together and they come up with a concept of what kind of a show they want to do. And then they hire the drill writer and the music people that arrange the show and stuff like that. And then they have to hire the person that actually comes up with all the pictures and stuff on the drill writer that comes up with all the pictures and the movements. And we get that usually around the end of the last year. And so we have little sessions during the summer where kids can come up and work on the music and that kind of thing. And then August 1st is our date that we can actually start by law, by UIL, which is the University Interscholastic League, which kind of controls all the stuff in Texas. And they tell us we can't do any kind of drill or anything until August 1st. So August 1st is the first day we're able to write down coordinates and put blocks and stuff on the ground so the kids can learn where their spots are. And so from August 1st until we start school, which is about 2 weeks later, the kids are learning all this drill and how to make pictures and how the music goes with the pictures and any kind of visuals like where they dance or anything like that. And so by the first football game, we've got at least a quarter to half the show already learned. And this is a show that we do all year for the whole fall semester until we go to what's called our marching and region contests. And those are coming up in the next 2 weeks. So we practice all summer for 2 shows, which one is called region and one is called area. And the kids that make it to region get advanced to area. And then if they do good at area, they advance to what we call state. And then if you're in the top 10 at state, then, that's where everybody starts looking their eyes on you and things like that.
Wow, that's exciting. That's real. So basically you train your students for 2 shows per year. So every weekend they do the same show until you switch to the new show sort of thing. Is that how it goes?
No, it's the same show. They only do 1 show.
Oh, it's the same show. So,
yep.
And so each weekend it's basically the home crowd, or you guys are a visiting crowd. So it's a new team on the other side with new crowd, new people all the time seeing your event. You're seeing the same show, but new people, right?
In the regular football season, there's 10 football games, 5 home games, and 5 away games. So the home team sees us do it all the time, but whenever we go to the away games, it's a different school. So, and then, like I said, it depends on how much of the show they've learned. So each time we play a game, they could learn more of the show. So it gets a little bit longer as we progress in the season.
And do you guys go on the road all the time or not all the time?
No, like the budget cuts and stuff now, they're only allowed to do 2 away games where we used to do all 5 of them. We do some mini contests also.
And let me ask you this. So do you guys have a band rivalry with the other band on the other team?
Sometimes they have a little band rivalry. You'll hear them play a song that we know too. And we'll start playing the exact same song, but maybe faster. But it's all in good fun.
That's great. That's great to hear. So let me ask you this. On the show today, we have U.S. Army Sergeant and band leader. We have Dan Wesley White all the way from Texas. Now, we're spending most of our time on the music band side of things, which I think is just fascinating. So how many students are in your band?
At the high school, I think there's about 130 that are marching right now. Maybe a little bit more.
Are any of them singers? Do you guys sing, or is it all instruments?
It's all instrumental.
All instrumental, all instrumental. So let me ask you this. So obviously, how often do they practice?
At least 3 to 4 days a week.
Okay. And do any of them, or can you tell me, have any of them went on to bigger aspirations that started in the band, like school band? Have any of them like wow, this person went here and that person went there with their music?
I know a few of our mariachi students have went professional, keeping the culture alive down here on the border and going into like some of the programs in college, because a lot of the colleges are offering mariachi degrees now, and that's a real big
Wow.
topic right now in Texas. As far as other people, I'm not too certain. I know a lot of them have done like I've done and went into music education where they've become band directors like I am. And some have even went into the military band just like I did as well. So
That's great. And have you seen any like, wow, this is like this kid here, he's like the new Prince. Like, oh my goodness, this kid's really good. Have you ever come across any proteges?
every now and then we get a few where it's like, wow, they're better than me and at the way I am now.
That's great. And how about one more question, then we're going to take a break and then we're going to flip it over. So, what do you think this actually does for a person's soul, especially a student, integrating and introducing music to them? Can you give us a little bit of feedback on how the students thrive in life?
Basically, Texas has a law now that they have to do 2 years of a fine arts between middle school and high school. It helps us out because you got to think kids now they're making them grow up too soon. They're putting all this standardized testing and all this stuff on kids, and they're kind of blocking off what make kids being a kid. And so fine arts gives the kids a chance to release during the day to explore their creative side and give them a break during the day where they can hang out with their friends and feel like it's another family, basically.
That's nice. Well, thanks for sharing that, Dan. On the show today, we have U.S. Army Sergeant Dan Wesley White, Veterans Corner. Stay tuned. We're just going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. I'm your host, Jay Stoyan.
Love is the only way. Love is the only way. Love is the only way. Take a breath. Let it be alright. Take a breath. Let it be enough right now. Let this moment be what it is. Let this moment be your doorway to bliss. Seeking love, 'cause it's seeking you.
Along with Dan Wesley White, we were supposed to have Navy veteran Fraser Newcomb. He's popped in a few times. Unfortunately, the connection. We were supposed to also have Michael Wooten, Vince Campbell, and one more, I believe, veteran. But that's okay. Right now, we're Dan. But it's all about the connections, right? We want people to join in. But it's a busy day, Saturday. So let's flip it over. And actually, we are live on Facebook, which people are commenting right now. So I really appreciate the commenting, and we love interacting. Dan, can you tell us, share with our viewers how long you spent in the service, please?
About 9.5 years.
And can you give us some positive feedback on your 9.5 years in the service if people are watching now and they're thinking about joining? What could you say in a positive way?
Well, basically, I was in high school and I really didn't have any plans. And because I came from a middle-class family, I really didn't have any money saved up for college. So I decided to go ahead and try my best the way I knew how, which was to enlist. And I was actually able to take an audition from high school, and I passed the music audition where I was able to go into the Army band field. And nowadays, you don't really see that. Nowadays, they want you to have already college degrees and stuff a lot of times when you audition for the military band. So I was really lucky that I was able to do it right out of high school.
You know, that reminds me of a little bit like you you got an open mind, right? Like you just sort of tried something new and you're open to it. And can you tell people how important it is to keep an open mind, especially for the young kids coming out of high school, or, you know what I mean? Like that's what I feel you have.
Well, I mean, I knew I didn't have anywhere to go, and I was about to graduate. I didn't have a job lined up. I didn't have any schooling lined up or anything, and I knew I needed to do something. So that's why I decided, hey, at least I'll go into the military, get some training, and then maybe get out later and go to college, which is exactly what I did. I was able, with my service, to get my GI Bill and everything, and that's how I paid for my college degrees. And if it wouldn't have been for the military, I wouldn't have had anything to do at that time, except probably get in trouble or something.
That's so important for sharing. So again, it really did help you. And how long have you been out now, Dan?
I got out in 1999.
1999. And then you went right into your kind of
I kind of had off and on security type jobs for a few years, and then when I got my all my VA stuff situated where they would start paying for school, that's when I went back and got my bachelor's and then eventually my master's.
Do you think you would have done this without music in your life? No. So tell us how important it was that music is attached to your career.
Well, music is basically my safe space. That's what I have to not only pass on to other people, but that's how I feel comfortable, or I relieve stress and things like that.
That's very.
And
I want to
without
talk
music,
about that.
I probably wouldn't even be here.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how often do you practice?
I basically every day, since I'm a teacher.
Every day.
I got to know what I'm doing before I can teach it to somebody else.
And give us a little bit of an insight. So let's say, I'm going to give you a couple examples. So let's just say you're having a real busy day in your life, and it's a positive day, but it's busy. So tell me how the music enhances that day, or helps you that day, or soothes that day. From a busy day, a busy good day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in any situation, music makes the day go better, because you got to think mood music. I mean, what kind of mood am I in, or what kind of mood do I want to get my body into? And you just program your playlist or whatever, depending on how you feel or how you want to feel. And that's kind of how you get through the sluggishness of it all.
I was going to say, tell us what music means to you on a bad day.
Bad day, usually it's something happened at work, or something happened in the family or whatever. Those are the kind of days you just want to listen to something slow and depressing and get all the negativity out of your body.
And when you finish practicing, whether a good day or a bad day, how do you feel coming out of your studio? Do you feel like, I play sometimes I have a good practice, and sometimes I go, oh my God, I couldn't get that. I just, not a good hour spent in my head, even though it was a great hour spent, but I'm going, yeah. I didn't get that. Do you get that sometimes? Like, I had a really good practice, or I didn't hit it today.
Yeah, I mean, especially like when I'm learning a new song or something, whether it's by ear or by reading music. I mean, we all have our good and bad days. I mean, I've been doing this almost 40 something years, and I still have bad days just like kids do. But you just got to get through it. You just got to keep practicing until you get the licks down, or the phrasing down, or whatever it is.
That's great, Dan. On the show today, we have Sergeant Dan Wesley White, U.S. Army. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to flip it again. I want to ask him some questions about what's going on in today's world. So stay tuned. You're watching Veterans Corner. I'm your host, Jay Stoyan.
This is the Disability Channel telling you to check out Nova Scotian country singer Fraser Newcomb. Blending his own brand of Canadian country and often brandishing his signature lobster-shaped guitar, Fraser Newcomb is a bold new face in the country music scene. Check him out today.
A little bit of perspective from Dan. Obviously, he's a veteran, on what's going on today out in the Middle East and in the Ukraine. So, and I don't want to be negative. I just wanted your perspective. And what do you think? Like, what do you think? Where we went in the past, where we're going in the future, what's going on today, Dan? What are your thoughts with the Middle
I
East?
think we're about to get to a bad situation all over the world, and I think it's going to be worse than it was in the 1940s.
And why would you think that off the top of your head? Like, why do you think it's getting worse instead of getting better?
Well, we don't really have any leadership in the U.S. right now. The leadership is MIA, or the people that call themselves leader have no experience with this kind of a situation where they're basically appeasing to organizations that are trying to do us harm. And I just don't see the intellectual side of that. Why would we be trying to appease people that are trying to hurt us over on their side of the world?
And how would you sort of, if you had a crystal ball, and I know this is like a crazy question, but how would you try and make it better? Like, what would you recommend? And I know that's very tough to say. Like, that's an insane question, but I asked it anyways.
Well, first, we just need to get our fingers out of other countries' business. I mean, we just need to pull our resources back to our country and stop being the world police. That's the way I look at it.
That's a great perspective. That's great. Well, Dan, I really thank you for being on the show today. Like I said, I wish we had a couple fellow U.S. veterans and Canadian veterans on the show, but it's all about the technology, and whoever can log in, and whoever can't, we'll catch you next time. So again, I really appreciate you. Dan, before I let you go, if people want to check out your music, besides our website and our Facebook page and everything, where could they go?
You can go to my website, danwesleywhite.com. It has all of my music and my merch, things like that. But I do want to say also on October 20th, I'm going to be part of this indie artist concert where we're all going to do like a 2-hour live stream concert, bunch of different indie artists. And it's to raise money for the areas that were just recently impacted by the hurricane.
Well, please send us any information that you can on that, Dan, and we will be sure to promote it for you guys. And I do want to connect again with the Texas FOB. I know we've been going back and forth. So great support down in Texas. I love the state. Love the Longhorns. So there you go. Sims. Okay, you're watching Veterans Corner. I'm Jay Stoyan. I'm going to come right back, and I'm going to wrap the show with a few updates. Thanks again, Dan. Safe driving.
All right. Thanks for having me.
The day is set. Join us October 12th, 2024 at Carrigan Arms for our next fundraiser in honor of veterans, the Invictus Games in British Columbia, Canada, and TDC Employment Program Enrollment. For more information, email us at info@thedisabilitychannel.ca.
Welcome back to the show. That was very exciting. Dan's a great guy. You know, he gave his life for America. He's a musician. He's a band leader. So he's all. Again, you're watching Veterans Corner. Before we go, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Our Facebook page is blowing up. Thank you so much, everybody. I apologize for not having the other veterans on the show today. We're still looking for a permanent veteran host, as I'm not a veteran, and I'm just filling in for the heroes. So we need one. I'm going to leave you guys with a couple thoughts today, including our sold-out fundraiser, which is October 12th, showcasing our employment programs for veterans. We have a veteran, Dan Lozon, opening up. He's a Frank Sinatra contest idol winner, very good performer. Then we have Dave Ray from the world iconic band Teenage Head. He's going to be showcasing his talents up there along with Freedom Train, our sold out band all the time. Great guys, great hearts, always giving their time and their effort, their talents. We have a silent auction. We have door prizes. We have a 50-50. We're going to film this event for television. There's also some surprises coming courtesy Flanagan. So again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to just leave people a couple things to keep in mind. It's always important to keep an open mind, right? Keep an open mind because you never know. An opportunity can be right around the corner. And if your mind's not open, you might miss it. Also, this is for myself. Consistency is a key in life. Bang on that door every day. You know why? If you keep on banging on that door, they're going to let you in. They'll let you in. Again, I'm Jay Stoyan. You're watching Veterans Corner. If you want to find out more information about our employment programs and how to enroll, www.thedisabilitychannel.ca, as we are on our way to the Invictus Games, February 225. There'll be more coming. Again, stay tuned. I'm Jay Stoyan. We'll see you next time on Veterans Corner.